We are getting to the point in the NFL season where men separate themselves from the boys. There are no more fluke runs. This is when teams who legitimately have a chance to make the playoffs make their push. And the Arizona Cardinals are just winning games. Plain and simple. And Kyler Murray really has figured out how to make the offense click. He's found a balance of attacking defenses through the air and then catching them off guard with his legs. And the position players are beginning to make spectacular plays for him. The Cardinals are now just 4 wins away from being a team that will have a spot in the playoffs. And no major media outlet saw this coming, even though I did and talked about it all offseason. Are things perfect? Obviously not. Is there still a lot that can be improved? Yes. But that's the exciting thing. Arizona hoists a 6-4 record and really is just starting to figure things out. And this is the first time in 3 years where key players have been healthy and on the field for a long stretch of time. And we are seeing what that actually looks like. So in this video, I'm going to be talking all about the win over the Jets, as well as what's been going right for the Cardinals in 2024, and what specific players have really broken out. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. And your support really helps push this video out to other fans. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your continued support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so getting into a recap of the Cardinals' big win over the Jets, Kyler Murray got things started rolling out right and hitting Marvin Harrison Jr. on a free play. And then to follow that up, this was a beautifully designed play to get James Conner the ball with space ahead, and he's lethal when he has a full head of steam. I don't know how he managed to keep his feet in bounds, but he walked the tightrope and got all the way to the 1 before punching it in to put the Cardinals on the board first. The Jets did drive down the field to put up 3 points, but Kyler Murray continued to sling it, hitting Marvin Harrison Jr. once again for a 20-yard gain. It will be huge if those two really start to establish a connection moving forward. And then Benton did some tough running through traffic to pick up a first down. And then Murray again fit a ball perfectly through a sea of defenders right to Trey McBride. And then set up in the red zone, I love this play call so much. Everyone in that stadium thought the ball was going to Conner. The entire defense bit, and Murray was able to just roll outside and walk it in himself like a casual Sunday afternoon stroll. The Jets did come back and put up another 3 to make it a 1-possession game, but then the Cardinals put the nail in the coffin. Maybe that's not the best expression to use because it was only the first half, but after this drive, the Jets looked completely deflated. Even after a sack, Kyler Murray was able to bounce back and hit Trey McBride in stride to set the Cardinals up in the red zone. And then Kyler connected with Marv once again. The rest of the game was dominated by the Cardinals, and by the time the clock expired, it was really quite the statement on the scoreboard. The Cardinals are for real, and they showed the world that. And not only are they in playoff contention this season, but I think the upcoming future is super bright, centered around the connection of Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray. Here's what people were saying about the big win.
I watched a lot of the Cardinals against the Jets. Cardinals were really good. They were the best team. They were certainly the better team on the field.
I'm not so sure they're not dangerous in the division.
Yeah, they are dangerous in the division. And I got to think about the way that Kyler Murray has played this year has changed the narrative from everybody's got a plan until Kyler Murray takes off and runs with it. Well, now Kyler Murray has a plan in the pocket. He's playing an MVP level of quarterback this year for the Arizona Cardinals, and the whole team is following suit. I love their guys. Conner, McBride, Harrison Jr. has done a really good job.
The offensive line.
To your point, the offensive line's great. We love Paris Johnson. And
awesome.
Then the defensive side of the ball, they're competitive every week, so it's hard not to love this Arizona Cardinals team.
Field, and give the Cardinals credit. It shouldn't be about the Jets. It should be about the Cardinals. And they were the better team. And Kyler Murray played well. And they run hard. They play hard. And they won 4 games in a row.
Let's now talk about some of the rookies and young players that have really made strides for the Cardinals this season. Everyone says it all the time, but it's just so true. You need to be a good drafter to build a solid foundation of a team. Sure, you can go out and sign free agents, but those young upcoming players on small rookie deals are really what can make a team go round. And really what's important is hitting on a few late picks in rounds 5, 6, and 7. So far in the 2 years of Monty Ossenfort, the Cardinals really haven't made a big splash move in free agency, but if the Cardinals can continue to get diamonds in the rough like they've been doing, that will help them push towards their ultimate goal. Guys like Paris Johnson Jr., Garrett Wilson, those were early picks that hit on who are everyday starters. And then of course Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, I don't think there's much debate to whether they made the right pick there. He's a generational talent who's just starting to find his footing. And I don't think any team out there put in that situation the Cardinals were in would pass him up. And with the fact that the Cardinals have established their identity as a run-heavy team, I've been impressed with how many solid games he has had early on. So far, he has 499 yards with 6 touchdowns and an average of just over 15 yards per catch. Max Melton has made some rookie mistakes, but we are starting to see a little more play time for him. There's nothing statistically that would make you think Melton is going to be a lockdown corner, but according to some of the fans, he has shown flashes of potential to be that future #1 corner, or at least a guy that plays a lot of snaps. And then there is Trey Benson, the running back out of FSU. Right out of the gate, there was some concerns regarding him. He was kind of hesitant, he wasn't really picking the right holes to go through, but I think sitting behind James Conner, who has been the workhorse, is going to pay dividends, because game by game he is learning what it takes to be a good running back in this league. And his talent alone, being a backup, has been perfect for this team to continue to throw punches while Conner is on the sideline resting. It took a while for the Cardinals to take a stride offensively, but I think they have finally got to the point where they can consistently go out there and drop 30 on any given Sunday. In terms of the other third-round pick the Cardinals took, Tip Ryman, he's standing at 6'4", 273 pounds. And his statistics aren't good, but with his services of giving the Cardinals another body on the offensive line, he's been a very good asset. Since the beginning of the 2024 season, he's actually been out on the field a lot blocking and giving Kyler Murray extra time to throw. I think he was an absolute value pick in the 3rd round, and I can't wait to see what his future holds. Alright, switching gears now, I want to talk about the defense, because the offense has gotten a lot of love, but the defense just held the Jets and the Bears to a combined 15 points. Budda Baker has really been the Cardinals' agent of chaos, taking the defense to the next level. Since week 8, they're 6th in EPA per play allowed and 8th in success rate allowed. Nick Rallis unleashes Baker in the run game to help equalize the bodies in the box, bringing him from depth to cause problems in the run game. Baker has always been a menace coming downhill, but his instincts in the run game have really especially stood out this season. In his first career start, Rabbit Taylor Demerson had a hunch that Aaron Rodgers was going to attempt to take advantage of his inexperience. So when the Jets were sitting at the Arizona 3-yard line on the first drive in the second half, he sensed what was coming. I figured he was just going to pick on me, so I was on high alert, he said. In the back of the end zone, Taylor Demerson swatted away a 3rd down pass, and the following play, outside linebacker Xavier Thomas came rushing off the edge with a 4th down strip sack, and the ball was recovered by White. Overall, the Cardinals have just been humming, and they are creating what is going to be a very interesting matchup after a well-deserved bye week on the road against Seattle. This game is going to have huge playoff implications. The Seahawks are going to be fighting for their season. But no matter what happens, this has been such an unexpected start to the season for what people were saying before week 1. And the future is super bright. Here's what some of the guys on the team themselves have had to say about the first half of this season and the win over the Jets.
I thought we came out fast, started strong, all 3 phases really. And then I really like how the half ended, not giving them the ball back. As a Hall of Fame quarterback, you never want to give him the ball back at the 2-minute. So some of those plays were critical. I think we ended with a field goal, and then I think they have the ball at the start of the second half. I think it was a 4th down stop. And then we go right down the field and score. I'm sure you saw his stat line. I think the quarterback was the best player on the planet today. So kudos to him.
Again, I think it's just, taking it one play at a time, trying to execute what Drew calls the next time, and just being resilient as a group, I think that was – I don't know how my team took it. I don't know how the guys took it. But for me, just to continue to fight and continue to try to move the chains and go put the ball in the end zone, that was all my mind was on. I could care less about the hit, you know what I mean? So, the ultimate goal is put the ball in the end zone that drive, and, we did that, so it was good.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed it and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.